Hey, I was talking to my 12th grader. He asked me about sin, and it seemed like it was really hard to get off of the idea of sin being something you do that's wrong, and something that you do that's wrong that God is going to punish you for. Why would you punish us for this? And in some different traditions and things, you hear sin as, yeah, it can be like dancing, right, or swearing, obscenities, or playing cards. It all depends. Um, and so it kind of put me on a quest for just looking for something a little bit deeper on this issue. And so I started um, reading Genesis and just doing some homework. And there's one quote here, and it's from a commentary on Genesis by Walter Brueggemann. Huh? Nice name, Walter Brueggemann. And here's the quote. It says, "Sin is only and always a resistance to God's gracious will. It is the compassion of God which makes sin possible." That's pretty powerful stuff. Sin is only and always a resistance to God's gracious will. So we have a grace-filled God who created us beautifully with a purpose, and he's continually, it seems like, seeking us out to offer this grace. And for some reason we resist. We don't want to live on those terms. And then it is the compassion, but it's the compassion of God which makes sin possible. And so it is the love of God which allows us to make these choices. You think about that. It's the compassion of God that makes sin possible. And then when you go on, and in Genesis, in the same commentary, it talks about when Cain and Abel, if you remember that story, where they gave an offering to God. For some reason, God did not accept Cain's in the same way that he accepted Abel. And Cain got angry, got dejected. And God says, why are you so down? Why are you dejected? And this is the first use of sin in the Bible. It says sin is crouching at your door and it's ready to control you. You must subdue it and rule over it. I said, well, wait a minute. That means we do have this choice. And it even redefines our mistakes and what sin is. That even in the midst of what we would call failures or whatever it is, that God is always there seeking us out with love and grace, and that we actually even learn through these mistakes. And they're not something that God punishes us for and pushes us away, but actually can even push us further into God's arms, because God is always there, it seems, to offer grace. And that's the story, it seems, of the biblical story. People who are saying, well, I want to live life on my own terms, and a gracious, compassionate God that is offering up love and saying, have you learned something yet? Come back to me. I love you, my beautiful creation. It's just something to think about. Sin is only and always a resistance to God's gracious will. It is the compassion of God which makes sin possible. I'll see you. God bless you.